Hi, I'm Ethan. I'm a 34-year-old accountant living in suburban Ohio with my wife Sarah and our 8-year-old daughter Maya. Life was pretty normal until 3 months ago when Maya was diagnosed with severe scoliosis. The orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Morrison, prescribed a specialized back brace that Maya had to wear 23 hours a day to prevent her spine from curving further and potentially requiring surgery. "Dad, can I take it off for just 1 hour?" Maya asked me one evening, her eyes pleading. "Sweetie, you know what Dr. Morrison said. We can only take it off for bathing and physical therapy. If we don't follow the rules, your spine could get worse." "I know, but it's so uncomfortable. None of my friends have to wear something like this." Sarah walked into the room and sat beside Maya on the couch. "Honey, I know it's hard, but this is temporary. If we do this right, you might not need surgery. Isn't that worth it?" "I guess so," Maya mumbled, adjusting the brace under her shirt. The following Saturday, we hosted a family barbecue. My mother, Carol, my sister, Rebecca, and her husband, Tom, came over. Rebecca had always been the family joker, constantly pushing boundaries for laughs. "Ethan, the burgers are ready," Sarah called from the backyard. I was setting up plates when Rebecca cornered Maya in the living room. I could hear their conversation from the kitchen. "Maya, sweetie, you look so stiff. Does that thing hurt?" Rebecca asked. "Sometimes, Aunt Rebecca, but Dad says I have to wear it." "Well, you know what? I bet you feel so much better without it, just for a little while. Your dad won't even notice." My stomach dropped. I rushed toward the living room. "Rebecca, don't!" But I was too late. Rebecca had already started unstrapping Maya's brace, and my daughter, desperate for relief, didn't resist. "Rebecca, what are you doing?" I demanded, my voice rising. "Oh, relax, Ethan. It's just for an hour. Look how uncomfortable she is. You're being too strict." "That's not your decision to make." Dr. Morrison was very clear. "Ethan, you're overreacting," my mother interrupted, walking in with Tom. "Rebecca's right. The poor girl looks miserable. 1 hour won't hurt anything." "Mom, you don't understand. This isn't a joke. This is medical equipment prescribed by a specialist." Tom laughed, putting his arm around Rebecca. "Come on, man. Rebecca's just trying to help Maya feel normal for a bit. You're acting like it's life or death." "It could be. If her spine curves more, she'll need surgery. Do you understand that?" Rebecca rolled her eyes. "Drama queen. I wore braces when I was a kid, remember? I took them off all the time and I'm fine." "Dental braces are completely different from a spinal brace, Rebecca." Sarah rushed in, her face pale. "Where's Maya's brace? Please tell me you didn't." "It's right here," Rebecca said, holding it up like a trophy. "See? No harm done. Maya, don't you feel better?" Maya nodded hesitantly, but I could see the worry in her eyes. "Dad, I'm sorry. I just wanted—" "It's not your fault, sweetheart." I turned to Rebecca, my hands shaking. "Put it back on her, now. After she eats, let her enjoy the barbecue without that thing digging into her." "Rebecca, I'm not asking. I'm telling you, put it back." "Ethan, stop being so dramatic," Carol snapped. "We're family. Rebecca would never hurt Maya. You're embarrassing yourself." I snatched the brace from Rebecca's hands and knelt beside Maya. "Come here, honey. Let's get this back on." As I refastened the straps, I noticed Maya wince. Did something happen when Aunt Rebecca took it off? "I don't know. It feels different now." My blood ran cold. "Different how? Just tighter? Or maybe wrong?" Rebecca laughed nervously. "See? She's fine. You're making a big deal out of nothing, Ethan." Sarah's voice was ice. "Everyone needs to leave. Now." "Sarah, don't be ridiculous," Carol said. "We just got here." "I said leave. Get out of our house." After they left, Maya started crying. "Dad, my back really hurts. It didn't hurt like this before." Sarah and I exchanged terrified glances. I grabbed my phone and called Dr. Morrison's emergency line. Dr. Morrison met us at his office within the hour, despite it being a Saturday evening. Maya was in tears, and I was barely holding it together. "Dr. Morrison, my sister removed Maya's brace and put it back on incorrectly. Maya says it feels wrong and it's hurting her," I explained as he examined Maya. His face darkened. "Who removed it? And why?" "My sister. She thought it would be funny or helpful, or I don't even know. She said Maya looked uncomfortable." Dr. Morrison's jaw clenched as he carefully removed the brace. "Maya, I need you to be very honest with me. When your aunt took the brace off, did you move around a lot? Jump? Bend?" "I walked to the kitchen and bent down to pet our dog," Maya said quietly. "And when she put it back on, did it feel the same as when your dad usually fastens it?" "No. She did it really fast. It felt too tight on one side." Dr. Morrison pulled out his tablet and showed me Maya's previous x-rays alongside new ones he'd just taken. "Mr. Harrison, I need you to understand something. This brace is custom fitted to apply pressure at very specific points on Maya's spine. When improperly removed and replaced, especially if the patient moves in ways that aren't supported, it can cause damage. Damage? Sarah's voice broke. What kind of damage? Her curve has progressed by 3 degrees since her last appointment 2 weeks ago. That's significant. The brace was stabilizing her at 28 degrees. She's now at 31 degrees. I felt like I'd been punched. In one afternoon? How is that possible? The brace wasn't just removed. It was incorrectly refastened. The pressure points were all wrong, actually pushing her spine in the wrong direction for approximately 2 hours before you brought her in. Combined with the unsupported movement during that time, the damage compounded. Can we fix it? Sarah asked desperately. We need to refit the brace immediately, and Maya will need to be monitored much more closely now. If we can't get the curve under control, surgery becomes necessary. I'm talking spinal fusion, rods, months of recovery. This is assault, I said, my voice shaking. What my sister did. This is assault on a child, isn't it? Dr. Morrison looked at me seriously. I can't make legal determinations, Mr. Harrison, but I can document everything. I can testify that removing prescribed medical equipment from a minor without parental consent and refitting it improperly caused measurable harm. This was medical neglect at minimum, possibly reckless endangerment. Sarah grabbed my hand. We need to document everything, every conversation, everyone who was there. I called my brother-in-law James, Rebecca's husband's brother, who had always been more reasonable. James, I need to ask you something. Have you ever seen Rebecca do something like this before? Remove medical equipment from kids? Ethan, what happened? Rebecca called Carol crying, saying you threw them out. She removed Maya's medical brace against our explicit instructions. The surgeon says it caused actual damage to Maya's spine. She might need surgery now. There was a long pause. Jesus, Ethan. Yeah, actually. Last year at Tom's family reunion, she took the inhaler from their nephew who has asthma, said he was being dramatic and needed to learn to breathe through it. Tom's sister was furious. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Because Carol always defends Rebecca, says she's just trying to help, that she's misunderstood. The family just looks the other way, I guess. Not anymore, I said. Will you write down what you just told me? I might need it. Absolutely. I should have said something before, I'm sorry. Over the next few days, I made more calls. I spoke with our pediatrician who wrote a detailed report. I contacted a lawyer who specialized in family law and child endangerment. Each conversation built my resolve. Sarah sat with me Wednesday night, her laptop open. I've been researching. What Rebecca did falls under reckless endangerment in Ohio. It's a misdemeanor, but with the medical documentation, it's a strong case. Mom called again today. 4th time this week. What did she say? Same thing, that I'm tearing the family apart over nothing, that Rebecca didn't mean any harm, that I'm being cruel and vindictive. Sarah's eyes flashed. Cruel? Our daughter might need surgery because of Rebecca's arrogance. You're protecting Maya. That's not vindictive. That's being a parent. I'm filing charges tomorrow and getting a restraining order. Good. She doesn't get to hurt our daughter and face no consequences. I requested a family meeting at my house the following Sunday. Everyone came. Rebecca, Tom, Carol, and several other family members. Dr. Morrison agreed to attend as well, something I hadn't told my family. Rebecca walked in with a smirk. So, have you finally calmed down enough to accept my apology? I brought Maya a gift to make up for it. Put that back in your car, I said flatly. You won't be staying long. Ethan, don't be childish, Carol said. Rebecca wants to apologize. The least you can do is listen. Oh, I'll listen. But first, I have someone who wants to speak. Dr. Morrison, would you please explain to my family what happened to Maya? Dr. Morrison stood, his presence commanding immediate attention. I'm Maya's orthopedic surgeon. 3 weeks ago, someone removed Maya's prescribed spinal brace without medical authorization and refitted it incorrectly, causing her spinal curvature to progress by 3 degrees in a single afternoon. Rebecca's smirk faltered. That's impossible. You barely what? Dr. Morrison's voice cut through like a knife. You barely committed reckless endangerment of a minor? You barely ignored explicit medical instructions? Let me be clear, Maya's brace is not a suggestion. It's the only thing preventing her from needing spinal fusion surgery. I didn't know it was that serious, Rebecca protested. You were told, Sarah said coldly. Multiple times. Ethan explained it to you. I explained it. You chose not to listen. Tom stood up, putting his hand on Rebecca's shoulder. Look, she made a mistake. She's sorry. Can't we just move past this? Move past it? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Our daughter might need surgery. She's in pain. She's terrified. And you want us to just move past it? Carol jumped in. Ethan, accidents happen. Rebecca feels terrible about this. She's family. You can't seriously be considering legal action against your own sister. It wasn't an accident, Mom. An accident is knocking over a glass of water. This was deliberate. She was warned. She ignored the warnings, and she hurt Maya. Rebecca's face reddened. You're acting like I'm some kind of monster. I was trying to help. Maya looked so uncomfortable. You weren't trying to help. You wanted to be the fun aunt who lets her break the rules. You wanted to be the hero who rescued her from her mean dad. You didn't care about what was actually best for her. Dr. Morrison pulled out his tablet. I've documented everything. The x-rays clearly show the progression of Maya's curve. I've submitted my report to Child Protective Services, and I'm prepared to testify in court that the removal and improper replacement of Maya's brace directly caused measurable harm. Rebecca's face went white. You called CPS on me? They called us, actually, after Dr. Morrison filed his mandatory report as a medical professional. And yes, I'm pressing charges. You'll be receiving a summons for reckless endangerment. You can't do this, Rebecca screamed, standing up. I'm your sister. I love Maya. This is insane. What's insane is that you think loving someone gives you the right to hurt them and face no consequences. Tom pointed at me. You're going to regret this, Ethan. When you need family, don't come crawling back to us. Is that a threat? Sarah asked, her phone already recording. It's a promise, Rebecca hissed. You're dead to us, all of you. She lunged toward me, finger pointed at my chest, and Dr. Morrison stepped between us. I'd suggest you leave now. Making threats in front of witnesses won't help your case. Rebecca's hand made contact with Dr. Morrison's shoulder as she tried to push past him. Get out of my way. That's assault, Dr. Morrison said calmly, on a mandated reporter and witness. Everyone saw that. Tom grabbed Rebecca's arm. We're leaving. Come on. As they stormed out, Carol turned to me with tears in her eyes. I hope you're happy, Ethan. You've destroyed this family. No, Mom. Rebecca did that when she hurt my daughter and refused to take responsibility. The next morning, I filed for a restraining order. The hearing was scheduled for 2 weeks later. In the meantime, Maya started physical therapy to help manage her pain. Sarah and I took turns staying home with her, monitoring her condition constantly. Detective Sarah Chen from the Family Crimes Unit came to our house to take statements. Mr. Harrison, I need you to walk me through exactly what happened that day. I told her everything, showing her the text messages where I'd warned Rebecca beforehand not to touch Maya's brace, the photos of Maya in pain, Dr. Morrison's reports. This is actually pretty clear-cut, Detective Chen said. We have premeditation. You warned her explicitly. We have witnesses to the act. We have medical documentation of harm. And now we have her threatening you after the fact. The DA will likely prosecute. What happens if she's convicted? For a first offense of reckless endangerment involving a child? Likely probation, mandatory parenting classes, even though she doesn't have kids, community service, and restitution for Maya's medical bills. The restraining order will keep her away from your family. 2 weeks later, at the restraining order hearing, Rebecca showed up with a lawyer. She dressed conservatively and had clearly been coached. Her lawyer stood up. Your Honor, my client deeply regrets her actions. She's written a letter of apology to the family and is willing to cover all medical expenses. She requests the opportunity to make amends. The judge turned to me. Mr. Harrison, how do you respond? I stood, my voice steady. Your Honor, my sister has had multiple opportunities to take responsibility. Instead, she's minimized what she did, blamed me for overreacting, and threatened my family. This apology only came after she was served with legal papers. I don't believe she's genuinely remorseful. I believe she's trying to avoid consequences. Dr. Morrison testified next, his medical expertise lending weight to my claims. The damage caused by the improper removal and replacement of the brace was significant and preventable. This was not an accident. This was the result of someone ignoring explicit medical instructions. The judge granted the restraining order for 2 years. Rebecca was ordered to stay at least 500 feet from our home, Maya's school, and any events where Maya would be present. As we left the courthouse, Rebecca's lawyer tried one more approach. Mr. Harrison, my client is willing to settle this matter privately. She'll pay for everything, attend counseling, whatever you need. Can we please avoid criminal charges? Sarah answered before I could. No, she doesn't get to buy her way out of this. She hurt our daughter and showed no remorse until she faced legal consequences. We're proceeding with criminal charges. 3 months later, Rebecca pleaded no contest to reckless endangerment. She was sentenced to 2 years of probation, 200 hours of community service at a children's hospital, mandatory counseling, and ordered to pay $15,000 in medical bills and therapy costs for Maya. Maya's curve stabilized at 31 degrees with the new brace, but she'd need to wear it for an additional year due to the setback. Sarah and I made the decision to limit contact with family members who had defended Rebecca. Some relationships you can't repair, and that's okay. One evening, Maya asked me, "Dad, is Aunt Rebecca ever going to say she's really sorry?" I sat beside her on the couch. "Honey, some people can't admit when they're wrong. That's their problem, not yours. What matters is that you're safe now, and we're doing everything we can to help you heal. I'm glad you didn't let her get away with it. Neither should you, sweetheart. When someone hurts you, even family, you deserve to have that hurt acknowledged and addressed. That's not being mean, that's having boundaries." Sarah joined us, wrapping her arms around both of us. "We're going to get through this. All of us, together." And we did. What would you do if a family member endangered your child's health and the rest of the family took their side? Would you press charges or try to keep the peace? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this story impactful, please like, subscribe, and share with others who might benefit from hearing about setting boundaries with toxic family members.